Good afternoon, Claritines. In order to inculcate the noble values, we, the Claritine community, is celebrating the Value Week. I, Rudresh Yes, Assistant Professor, wish to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to day 4 of Value Week. Today, we will witness the Claritin idea of service following the theme One Class, One Service Idea. Let me take this opportunity to welcome our judges for the final round, that is the service idea presentation by students. We have Reverend Father Manoj Kandatinkara belonging to Claretian congregation. Father has done his master's in broadcast journalism in Makanlal Chaturvedi University, Bhopal, and served as the administrator of Claritin Niketan, Belgaum, Karnataka for 2 years and 1 year in Jharkhand. In addition, Father was the assistant director of Claretian Publications, Bangalore, presently serving as the director of Claretian Publications and St. Claret Publications Private Limited, Malleshwaram, Bangalore. Hearty welcome to you, Father. Let me welcome our second judge for the event, Ms. B. Annapurna. Ma'am has done a Master of Arts and Master of Philosophy studies and has teaching experience over 16 years. Ma'am is an excellent teacher and also has published various articles related to history topics and current issue in the leading newspapers. Currently, Ma'am is a faculty with St. Claret Free University College, Bangalore. We welcome you, ma'am. Judges and participants, please note the 6 teams are shortlisted for the final round. The time allotted is 5 plus 1 minute. The maximum number of slides allowed is 10. We will now have team 1 from MSW.
A happy afternoon to everyone here. I am Sneha Samke and we have Subodh Tirki who will be presenting slides on my behalf. We are the students of first year MSW taking you all to our service idea, Jnanodaya. The literal meaning of the Kannada term Jnanodaya means enlightenment. Quickly moving on to the background, the major rights of the children have been denied during the COVID-19 pandemic, and it has affected them immensely. They had to face a lot of educational challenges. The right to play was forbidden, they lost the freedom of expression and got into digital addiction. The parents had a lot of stressful time and had very little time for their kids, and this impacted the child's development. Therefore, we choose the service idea for the enhancement and enlightenment of children to pave the right path for their developmental process. Our service idea is we want to contribute towards the upholding children's rights mainly because of the fact that children are isolated. Even in child's day-to-day life, children's right to life, right to survival, right to relax, right to best possible health are looked down. We provide voluntary services to the community, to the parents and to the children, not for the remuneration, but for the practical experiences in social work. I would like to quote a saying by Kuvempu, who is a national poet and greatest Kannada poet. He said, Indina makkale nalena prajagalu, which means today's children are tomorrow's citizens. Since they are the future citizens, it is important to nurture and guide them in this pandemic as well. Moving ahead to our aim is to sensitize the parents on children's right to development in a way to develop every child's personality, ability, and talents to the full. Our first objective is to sensitize parents on Child Rights Convention. So basically, the United Nations keeps on having conventions and they come up with groundbreaking rules. India is a signatory to this convention and adhering to them is a duty of a ratifying nation. So we, as students of running social workers, we want to make our own contribution towards the proportion of CRC, out of which we have taken right to development, and further within which we will be talking about how through simple ways we can promote right to development. We will also sensitize the role of parents and suggest few techniques in promoting the right to development. Though our aim looks smaller in size, it is bigger and the objectives are smaller steps which we will take to achieve the aim. This is the philosophy behind this particular slide. The principles behind the service idea is transforming families, transforming generations through small contributions. We are not doing this activity for a one-time kind of thing because as social workers, we don't believe only in charity. Whatever contributions we need to have is to have a lasting impression on people. So this whole idea that we are proposing is going to be sustainable, because if we do an intervention with the parents, it will go to their children, and from their children, it will keep on going and transforming more and more people as they come across with. So the idea is going to be sustainable and a voluntary effort. The action plan will be, we are trying to take along two organizations that are closer to college, that is Makala Jagriti and Sparsha Trust. The languages are English and Kannada because the parents are Kannada speaking population. They come from families who are slightly from middle class, and we want to reach out to them. English, so that if the program is a success, then we will disseminate it in English language. We don't know how long the pandemic will be. We don't want to lose our time. Therefore, we will make short educational videos for engaging children. So the process goes like this. We are going to put our heads and hearts into action as we work together with our classmates to make it concrete. Our focus will be on creating content. This is what our background talks about, how children are addicted to gaming and parents don't have time to talk to their children and develop their personality. So we are targeting problems and giving solutions. And over here, we have experts giving their own suggestions and on the importance of these two rights. We'll also be acting, doing role plays, and we'll also show them some of the strategies of how we can engage effective parenting during this pandemic. And if the video turns out well, we are not restricting with just Makala Jagriti and Sparsha Trust. We will take this to the wider community because we believe that every child deserves to be safe and have a happy childhood. The outcomes will be, we will achieve children's right to development through sensitized parents. We get acceptance in a larger community with the kinds of educational videos we make. It is not only beneficial for the children and their parents or needed population, but on the go, it helps us in a post-graduation program. Through this, we will develop as an experienced professional social workers, and on the process, we will get a transformed student community as a part of St. Claret College. I would like to give you all an insight about children through the words of Nelson Mandela. As he said, the true character of a student, of a society, is revealed in how it treats its children. Therefore, children are important to our nation, and so we need to acquaint young children gripping from harsh realities. Thanks to Subodh and to my teammates, Jobs, Tanina, Sania, and Eben for their help and support. Thanks to the Value Week team for this opportunity as well. Thank you all and God bless.
Thank you, Sneha. Judges, please note the next team is Team 2 from second year BCom D section.
Plant a tree today for a better tomorrow. Good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Nadia V, and my teammate Rohini will like to talk about a new initiative, Each One Plant One. Over the past decade, nearly millions of trees have been cut down to give way to our selfish needs and modern development. There will be a day in the near future when the last tree will be standing and yet our needs wouldn't be fulfilled. As we all know, trees and plants are one of the main reasons why we're still surviving on this earth. But there is a way to avoid the catastrophic event. Many people decide to enrich their gardens by planting trees. Most of them do it for the beauty to provide extra shade in summer months. However, there are more benefits from trees than you might think. Except for relaxing, connecting us with nature and their calming effect, trees do a lot when it comes to the environment. We as a class have come up with one such solution to this problem, and it is Each One Plant One. It is a small initiative by us to plant samplings around our surroundings, as it is a pocket initiative given the present economic crisis. It wouldn't cost much and also can be expected by all. Benefits of planting samplings. Love of nature. Taking care of plants will give them an opportunity to learn about nature in a safe and pleasant environment. Responsibility. Caring for house plants is an important step in taking responsibility from another living thing. Self-confidence. Kids will gain confidence from achieving their goals and enjoying the food that they themselves have grown. Reasoning and discovery. They get to learn about the science of plants. Take, for instance, how seeds germinate, how plants get nutrition, how they grow, how the bird turns into a flower, etc. All of this contributes to the development of reasoning skills. Physical activity. Digging soil and watering the plants can be fun as well as a good physical activity. Discipline. A regular and timely care that they devote to the plant each day will make them more disciplined in a long run. The objectives that we intend to achieve are to increase the number of plants around our surroundings, which will automatically increase the oxygen level in the atmosphere, to make our region green, to prevent soil erosion and pollution, to create awareness among people. Now, I would like to pass on the presentation to my teammate Rohini to explain the action of plan.
The action plan plays an important role in executing any idea. Here is the plan that we intend to follow. As the title goes, each one plant one, we will make sure that all of us as an individual plant at least one sapling. Identify suitable places where we can plant saplings, accumulate saplings for less price, reaching out NGO and government agencies to create awareness about this activity, seek for volunteers to volunteer with us, informing the residents about the saplings and ensure it is properly taken care of. The group of people that we intend to target are college students, school students, family members, and neighbors. The following are the recent events by government and many other NGOs which made a huge difference in tree world. Volunteers planted trees in Allahabad as a part of an effort to restore 50 million trees in a day. 3 lakh trees were planted in India for disaster relief, biodiversity, and social impact by One Tree Planted NGO. In just one day, more than 1 million people in India planted 220 million trees. All thanks goes to government campaign to combat climate change. The outcomes that we expect from this initiation are positive impact on mental health and well-being, around 10,000 trees being planted in a year, decrease of soil erosion and air pollution, more greener region than before, well-informed society, and increase in the number of people who are inspired to take part in this activity. Now I would request Nadia to conclude.
They say action speaks louder than words. So here are some of our classmates who came forward to help us with our initiative.
To be safe from pollution.
Trees on, global warming on.
Plant more saplings.
Stop deforestation.
Plant trees to bring rain and get rid of summer's heat.
Go for afforestation.
If the present generation cut the trees, their children will have to pay the fees.
Plant more trees, make the environment pollution free.
One tree can make 1 million matches, and one match can destroy 1 million trees.
Save trees, save the earth. We are the guardians of nature's gifts.
Save trees, save the home of animals.
Protect greenery, protect nature.
Save trees to combat climate change.
A little change in our lifestyle will make a huge impact. Carrying a cloth bag to grocery store, minimal use of plastic, proper waste management, and much more. Planting a tree is one such responsibility that we all should realize immediately because we do not have much time. Global warming and climate change is here. It's high time we all get out and do our job. If you're not contributing, if you're not doing your bit, you're contributing a great tragedy to the nature. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohini and Nadia. Judges, please note, we have team 3 from second year BCom B section.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Archana. My group partner Pavitra and I are representing our class second BCom B. It is really easy to help, perhaps to even share our food with someone who we know closely. But it is that hard or even harder when we do not know who that someone is. After a lot of brainstorming, looking for a unique idea, we as a class have finally come up with the idea for the theme One Class, One Service. Our idea is very basic, but unique at the same time. We would be focusing on filling the tummy and bringing a smile. Let us all recall a quote which was quoted by one of our greatest leader, Mahatma Gandhi ji, and also the quote that really inspired us for the idea. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Every meal we get to have is the blessing of God. And most of us get everything according to our cravings, and that is something special. It would be really nice if we could also focus on the people who are not able to fill their stomach as we all face this hard time. So we, the students and teachers of 2nd BCom B, have come up with the idea for the same. Our service idea is to cook a meal for people with love and care. The objective of our idea is to provide food, which is the only thing in this world which can fill one's heart and stomach at the same time. and to provide supplemental feeding to the needful ones and create awareness of the same. The target group is the homeless or underprivileged ones. With them, we would also like to consider the policemen, the ambulance drivers who we may come across in the target area.
As we say, every drop of water makes a mighty ocean. We would join hands together and put on a small provisions.
Pavitra, please tell us, how do we execute our idea?
Idea is very interesting. A one-day afternoon meal is a plan, so each student would contribute essential as much as they can. We would, at the beginning, make a list of the things needed. Each students and also our mentors would volunteer in bringing the items. This will help us in getting all the items in the right quantity. The next step will be to put on to perfect spot to make the arrangement for the preparation. The mentors and the students will take up cooking. Then we can pack them into small boxes.
How will we accomplish this idea?
This wouldn't be very difficult as we have a good strength in our class and the task can be completed easily. Then we would hire a transport service to take the parcels to the target places. We would start distributing to the needful people, to the policemen and the ambulance driver as they are our target groups.
So can you please tell us the precautions that we will take?
At the present scenario, we would take up all the possible precautions like wearing of masks, use of sanitizers, etc. And also take the permission required from the authorities. We also have community kitchens working. Similarly, we will volunteer to take up the initiative to provide an afternoon meal.
How are we going to create awareness among the people?
We know that by providing a meal for just once will not help them afford for a food always. So, we would always create awareness in the neighborhood as each house can provide a meal to a person out there. When the entire community would do this, it would bring a great difference.
So what's the outcome of our idea?
Outcome of our idea is to see the joy of a person eating the food wholeheartedly. Our expected outcome is to bring a smile to those who are in need and to provide a good nourishment which is needed. Together we can make a difference. We will make it happen. By quoting this, we would like to conclude our presentation. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Archana and Pavitra. Judges, please note, we have team 4 from second year BA.
Good morning to one and all present here. We are from second BA here to present our service idea. My name is Abel Matthew Vergas.
I am Blessy Johnson and we are here to present our service idea, Plant of Life.
Just to give you a brief introduction as to what Plant of Life is, let us start off with our college. St. Claret College does not just prepare us for the future, but also emphasizes on helping us build values. Claret firmly believes in keeping a clean and eco-friendly campus for the students and staff. No matter where we step in our campus, we always see flourishing greenery, which often contributes to a positive experience in our college life. When the whole world is stuck at home experiencing massive amounts of stress, we have to adapt and make our homes eco-friendly. Adding plants to our lifestyle helps in reducing stress, boosting one's mood, increasing productivity, concentration, and creativity, with an added bonus of an aesthetic atmosphere requiring very little commitment as they need low maintenance.
The inspiration to this idea comes from a small money plant growing in my room. Observing the plant's growth and changes each day is a bliss. I then thought if everyone could have one plant to nurture, thus originated Plant of Life. Our main objective is to use plants as a medium to serve nature and society. By creating a plant nursery, we would want to cherish the idea of upbringing our future generation with awareness of plant life and environment. Involving students of our institution to create and nurture the plants will help grow interest among students on gardening and conservation of nature. Our intention of service is not just gardening or conservation of nature, but to help the needy.
So our plan of action for Plant of Life is to allocate one corner of the campus to set up a nursery. That'd be two kinds of plants. We all know floral plants which contribute to an aesthetic atmosphere and vegetational plants which are very resourceful. For example, curry leaves and tomato plants. So we can further categorize them into extensive care and intensive care plants. Extensive care plants require a lot of care and attention. So people who have surplus amount of time and who are interested in gardening can purchase these plants and contribute to our initiative. People who want to contribute to this initiative but not have much time can go for intensive care plants as they need very little attention and care.
We would like to sell the plants of the nursery for a small price and use the profit to help the needy. To start with, we could help buy stationery kits for school-going kids who cannot afford it, provide ration kits to poor families, and so on. To promote Plant of Life, we would like to start a blog on which we could post articles on techniques and advices from the college gardener. We could also ask proud owners of these plants to send yearly photographs and share their experience gardening so that it could encourage others. We could further promote Plant of Life with the help of our Environment Club. Our main target group is the staff and students of our institution and the interested general public.
So what we expect as an outcome for this initiative Plant of Life is to have at least 2 plants inside the homes of our Claret students and staff. Through the profit that we make, not only do we expect it to provide resources for the people in need, but also to maintain and expand our nursery so that it can be a sustainable source of service for our college. We also hope that this strengthens our values in protecting the environment and develop the lost interest in gardening. Not only we can also bridge the gap between caused by industrialization and globalization between us and our ancestors who are farmers. This will also help us to learn to love, respect, and cohabitate with nature.
I would conclude by saying that this service idea brings Claret values outside the campus into our homes. The goal is to bring peace and joy in the lives of all our students and staff. The ultimate aim is that our homes should not separate us from nature, but grow along with it.
Here's a video to show a basic idea as to what we have planned for Plant of Life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abel and Blessy. Judges, please note, we have Team 5 from first year MCOM.
Whoever declared that love at first sight doesn't exist has never witnessed the purity of a puppy or looked deep into a puppy's eyes. If they did, their lives would change considerably. Good afternoon, one and all present here. The Love Connection, the Stray Project, is all about spreading love to our loyal, voiceless best friends. During the last years, pandemic has left us staying extra conscious about cleanliness, which is great. But this has led to a lot of people showing stray dogs away or throwing stones at them and whatnot. This has increased in number recently. Stray dogs survive on food left over from garbage or water from sewage, or some people even feeding these strays. But because of the pandemic, all of this has stopped. And many dogs are falling sick and some even dying. So let's find out why you should feed or adopt a stray. If not you, then who?
Ask the phrase that a dog is a man's best friend. Let's find out how the dog is a man's best friend. The reason is they are loyal. They have a power of making you smile in your worst day. And they are the only living being that can make you annoyed and also make you melt at the same time. They also wag their tails, lick and hug you as a sign of welcoming you back home. Now, why do stray dogs need you? They need you for a permanent home to stay, to get someone as the owner for caring, loving, and to get a timely food. You know, the attack of general public is worse, especially boys. Even though the dogs sleep in the street without disturbing them, they will just kick the dog off. Now, what are the plans to take action? Instead of throwing the food in a dustbin, put it inside, in some tray outside your house, for them to eat, as well as keep a bowl of water. When they are thirsty, they can have it, especially on a sunny day. If you come across an injured dog, contact the nearest healthcare center. While if there is no healthcare center in your place, you can feed them for 2 or 3 days and take care of them by yourself. The plan is ready. Now who are we reaching out to? We can reach the local resident if they are willing to help, or the NGOs, or any individual who is willing to take care of them. The BBMP, which is in Bangalore City, or any municipal corporation in your place, and through the journalists to spread the news. Now we'll see what are the expectations that they expect from us. They expect the love and affection in life, to stay healthy and safe. Even if we don't adopt them, we just need to take care of them to increase their lifespan. Instead of shopping, you can adopt one from the street. They will love you from the first day you feed them till the day they die, even if you don't feed them anymore.
This is my 4-month-old puppy. She is a lab crossed with Indy, and she is the cutest. All right, so for a small backstory, my friend and I would go out for walks in the evening to this particular place near my home where there were a lot of stray dogs. So we would go there and feed them. Sometimes biscuits, sometimes rice, sometimes roti. And then one beautiful evening, we saw that one of the dogs had given birth to 6 puppies, after which we would regularly took a visit. But one evening, 4 of the puppies were missing, and we found out that someone had taken them. So now it was just 2 puppies left, and soon the mother fell sick and we couldn't find her around. And these 2 puppies were left on their own. So we took 1 puppy and started looking for someone who could adopt the other one too. And we did find one. But the day that we did go there to get her, we found that she had passed away. So you see, that's how sad it is. Only 1 out of 100 stray dogs find a permanent home. Now meet Mr. Shah and Dr. Faryal. They are the owners of Health Experts Clinic and are real life heroes. They have adopted 5 to 6 dogs, and it's amazing that they are blessed with the means to do so. They also have a rescued puppy with a broken leg, which in itself is amazing, but they also feed almost all the stray dogs from their way to the clinic from home. Dr. Faryal cooks a huge bowl of chicken and rice mix for these dogs daily. Such people are extremely inspiring and real life heroes, and you can be one too. This is their message to everyone. Everyone deserves care, love, and respect, and humanity, and so do dogs. Most of them are treated so, instead thrown stones at. We believe that dogs are truly godsend, like no other living being. They ace at loyalty. If you adopt a dog or even feed a stray, know that you'll be truly blessed. To conclude, I would like to quote, saving 1 dog will not change the world, but surely for that 1 dog, the world will change forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith and Balanki, for your presentation. Judges, please note the last team for the event is from first year MCOM.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I'm Yoshita from First BCA. My partners are Lakshmi and Laika. We are here to present First BCA service idea, Think Outside the Trash Reuse. As we all know that measures are taken to preserve trees. I believe that planting 1 tree and cutting down 2 at the same time wouldn't bring any change in the nature. At present, we have digital gadgets such as mobile phone, laptop, etc., which replace the work of paper to an extent. Because of these gadgets, the paper consumption should decrease day by day. But instead of decreasing, the paper consumption is increasing gradually. We are taking this initiative to reuse papers and save trees. I would like to read some facts about paper consumption. Per capita paper consumption in India is over 13 kgs. It is growing at 6 to 7% annually. A ton of recycling paper makes it possible to save approximately 0.4 hectares of forest. The land is being deforested at the rate of 6.5 million hectares per year. To reduce a ton of paper, we need about 115,000 liters of water. Recycling and reusing the paper will save the environment. Okay, here I want to ask a question to everyone. Actually, how many of us will complete a notebook till the end page?
Most of us complete the notebook.
Yeah, that's true. The first step of our action plan is to collect those leftover papers from the used notebooks of students from our college. We will also be requesting students from schools, colleges, etc. to donate papers from their used notebooks. The papers can be of any kind, such as plain, broad, etc. After collecting these papers, we will use these papers and bind new notebooks. The final step of our action plan is to distribute these notebooks to the students who cannot afford books for their studies. The group of our plan are underprivileged students. Education is everyone's prime right. I believe that every student should have basic stationery so that it will help them in their education. This is a small contribution from our side to help our fellow students. Thank you. Over to you, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Yoshita. The main objective of our plan is to reduce the paper consumption and to start providing notebooks to the unprivileged students who cannot afford notebooks. Let's talk about production of paper. In this process, there are several natural resources that are being used. Important of water, trees, and also industries and manpower, which in total lets me of the natural resources. In this process, we would like to see the part of recycling and start reusing. Is better and easier than that of recycling, as it helps to save a lot of energy and time. In this process, we would like to take help from some of several NGOs which helps us in promoting education to underprivileged students. We would like to collaborate with them. And some of the NGOs are
Agastya International Foundation, Akshara Foundation, Ahwana Foundation, etc.
So now, in this time of pandemic, everything is digital and people are losing out their jobs. It's difficult for the people to afford basic stationery for their kids' education. And to expect them to afford gadgets such as laptop, phone, paper, or requirements. We will to these students providing basic their education. Lastly, I would like to do it by saying someone's trash and visually from animal. By this, I mean by donating the papers which we would probably never use in a lifetime can be a medium of education by the student to read and to write. I would say a very good point that by planting trees, yes, definitely we can contribute ourselves in long term. But saving paper can be a shorter one and can be a simpler one. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi and Yoshita from first year BCA. Father and ma'am, we would like to request you to give the remarks about the event.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the participants for their excellent presentation. All the presentations were very good. The concepts were very good, and it was very creatively presented. The message that they wanted to convey was very clear in all the presentations. Overall, it was a very good presentation. So once again, I congratulate all of you, and I thank St. Claret College for inviting me to be the judge for 1+1 service idea competition. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. Anpurna ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. So as Father said, all the presentations were very good and very, very creative. So the novel ideas that the students have brought out was really interesting and inspiring. So each class has done a very good job, and they have really done a lot of research work. And also the presentation they had shown on the screen was simply for bringing out society in whatever possible way that you can. So if each individuals in their own capacities, if they serve the society, I think we can do a lot for the world to be a better place to live in. Okay, congratulations once again. So excellent teamwork. Yeah, thank you. Thank you again, Claret College, and special thanks to Father Thomas Kennedy for inviting me as a judge for this final program. Thank you.
Thank you. I wish to thank our judges, Reverend Father Manoj, Annapurna Ma'am, Ms. Seema Joseph, and Mr. Chaitanya, event coordinators, participants, and all the Claretines who were part of the event. Thank you. I remain.